Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. Today we are back with the UNEEKOR EYEXO Golf Launch Monitor, and we're going to discuss putting. So I've actually been working with UNEEKOR for almost a month now since they released the EYEXO, giving them feedback and doing some testing with their new unit, which is a ceiling-mounted unit using high-speed cameras and infrared that's mounted 3.5 feet in front of the ball. It uses non-marked ball technology, so you can use the ball of your choice. And I've had a lot of people asking about putting because when first released, they were updating software and doing some different updates, and you did not have a putter view with simulation hookup, which now you do. So their club fitting software is called View, and that's what you can use to connect to third-party software. They also have a pod software that's available. I recommend using View because I think it's great that you can have all of this data available running in the background on a second screen, whatever you'd like. All right, so a few things to point out. So you'll see that there are 4 different quadrants there, but the only data being provided is side angle and ball speed. All right, and then you have your video playback that shows your putter path and ball strike with some ball rollout down the center line. I don't want people to get confused. I did reach out to UNEEKOR and ask them, is there a plan for either stickers on putter faces, or will you be providing any of that vertical and horizontal impact? And it sounded like there wasn't a plan for that at this time. So I just wanted to let everybody know that so you weren't confused with why we're looking at all of the putter angles and everything in the screen there. Could it be coming in the future? It's possible. I just know that it's not being provided at that time, so I don't want you guys thinking that I'm squaring my putter, you know, right dead in the center every single time as we do this. So I'm hooked up to E6 Connect. We'll do some putting out on the putting surface. I'll show you guys some different putts, and we'll review the video so you can get a nice high-resolution look at their new video camera that gives you that club path, and you guys can get a feel for how it works in simulation golf. So right now, we are hooked up, set up for a 20-foot flat putt. I figure that's always a good place to start as a flat putt. Let's see what we can do with that. Try to get this thing right to the hole. All right, I sunk my first putt. I mean, that doesn't happen that often. And since I sunk that right down the center line, why would we not pull that up as an example? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the View software snapshot that I have going, and it looks like I might have to change my layers here because I'm blocking. There we go. Didn't want to block the View software with my camera, and we can make this bigger. All right, so I can even take my logo that I have filling in that black space, and we'll put that behind as well. So now I have the View software on top. I can enlarge it for you guys so you can see everything going on. All right, you'll notice, like I said, that impact position is dead center, but it's not giving that data. You'll see the side angle was 0.7 degrees to the right, which I'm sorry, 0.1 degrees side angle. I don't know why that didn't update in that one quadrant. That may be just left over from the previous shot. You'll see the ball speed was 8.8 miles per hour. So they may just not be inputting any of that data when putting. All right, so let's go ahead and give you guys the video replay as well. All right, I'll make that larger. All right, and then we'll hit the play button. There's my impact. That ball did take off just a little bit to the right. Got lucky on the flat putt, I think, on that one because it definitely was just a tad off center in comparison with the line. Now, you'll see the center line was lined up with my putter from what I can see for the most part. All right, so there's a good example for you there. Let's go ahead and shrink that back down, and we'll bring this back down as well. We'll hit a few more on the practice putting area here, 20 feet flat, and then we'll move it. All right, and let me put E6 back up on my screen as well. There we go. So now I know what I'm looking at. All right, try to keep this as dead center as I can, and then maybe we'll hit some off center. So that should be short. Yep, I knew that right when I hit it. And then you can see that ball taking off there. And the one thing that I've noticed so far is that the center line appears to be just if my ball is going straight, the center line that the ball's rolling down in the software may be just off a tad. I don't know if that's an adjustment they can make, but I'll be sure to give that feedback to the developers. My ball did end up right of center, as you can see in the image there, so it's possible that that was more me and not that line, but there were a few occasions where my putt, as you saw the first time, went in, but it was just a little bit right of center. So let's go ahead and try to get one there this time. There we go. And then we can see that ball there. So to me, it looks like the ball is just a little bit right of that center line, even though I was able to get it right in the hole. And then, we can do some undulation and short putting now. Let me first, excuse me, let me first get that last putt up for you guys. That's the second putt that went in the hole, and I'll replay that video for you really quick. Let me pull up the view software here. There we go. The ball is actually rolling really straight. So I think that just the line itself might not be dead square from where I hit it on my putter, but that's just the center line of the camera, from what I'm understanding, is just off-centered from the ball, because the ball is rolling dead straight down the line. There's a good eye. You see about a third of the ball is over the line, or 40%, roughly, and it's rolling dead straight down the line, all right? So just wanted to give you guys a good example of that. And then why don't we shrink this back down? All right, and then let's go ahead and just do a couple short putts. Why don't we get a little break involved? We probably have to move the flag. That's the one thing when you set up that 20-foot flat putt. We'll put the flag maybe down there, okay? And then we'll set our ball up over here like it's a pretty tough putt. What's that looking like? And that's a 22-foot putt. All right, that's going to be a tough putt. An inch uphill with, that thing is breaking really far right. And I have this set up to align the putt so I can putt straight. All right, and then what we could also do is we could set up that flat putt, and I could actually show you guys putting, left or right with the unit itself inside the simulator. All right, I think I hit that one just a little too hard and didn't let it break. You guys can see it up there. And that replays every time, so we don't need to really enlarge it and play it for you guys every time. I'm sure you can see it quite well. That's why I made it a little bit bigger for you. All right, let's try this putt one more time. That one gonna be it? I took a little too much off. All right, took a little too much off. And the align to the break, I think helps kind of speed up the game, makes it to where you work on putting it straight. I've played quite a few times now where you have to line up your own putt, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely don't be scared of having to align your own putt, that's for sure. So what do we have going on here? Let's set up a short putt. Let's say you're doing 5-foot gimmies. You only have a 6-foot putt here. All right, I know people like to see short putting. Oof, that was almost not enough. Almost not enough. I think my stimp right now is set to 9. I know it's set at a 9. Stimp is at a 9, just so you can understand. I think that matches this turf quite well. That's been kind of my magic number. And that's with E6, of course. All software can be different. And then all turf and everything is going to be different. So set it up for what works for you. Oh, see? There we go. How about that? All right, so that went left. And I got it there. I hit it about 8 to 9 feet total roll inside the simulator. Let's look at that putt. So let's bring that up in the view software. I will get that larger on the screen as well. Apologize, it takes a few minutes here to get that accomplished. All right, and let's see that ball if it starts to go a little left. Well, it's tough to tell there. Actually, it looks like that putter face is a tad open. It says side 0.9 degrees is what it's saying there. I'll let you guys judge that for yourself. I mean, it looks like it's rolling. It probably has just a little left side spin is what I would think. Let's bring it up bigger for you guys so you can see it. Because I'm coming in. Yeah, I think it's in that ball does get a little bit from where I hit it. It goes left over that line just a little bit, so that would make sense. It's tough to depict that precisely. That's something I could also put in as a suggestion, is I wonder if we could get a little more rollout on the putting. That way you could actually see some more roll from the ball and then be able to kind of see how far off line you were in a longer distance. Now, I know that it's probably only snapshotting, so much, and in a lot of people's environments, that could be a good thing because you don't want it, depending on what it's rolling on, if you don't have a perfectly smooth surface. I mean, even mine, and I know a lot of you guys have seen this before, I have this soft strike mat, then it goes to normal turf. It's very smooth. I mean, the ball probably has just a little bit of bounce, but it's very smooth for the most part. And, so would I want it reading that? I'm not sure. You'd have to, really, it's per your environment. So let's do one more here. Why don't we go back to the flat putt? And the reason I want to do that is I want to bring it in to like a 10-foot putt. I want to do a few 10-foot putts for you, dead flat, before wrapping things up here. So there we go, 10 feet. Looks like it's straight to the hole. All right, perfect. Now, depending if my stimp really does match or not, it's just over 10 feet to my screen. So what I always try to do if I have a 10-foot putt, I know that a lot of the tournaments and things that I play in online, a lot of them are 10-foot gimmies. So this would be an important putt if you're just outside and you need to make it. So I usually putt just past my screen. There it is. So that one just made it to the top of my little ledge that I have and then rolled back. All right. Now that shows that rolling dead straight at 6.2 miles an hour. And according to the data inside of the View software, it says that it was right 0.4. So, that threshold on a dead flat putt, I would assume if you're down in the lower point, 2, 3, 4, I would sure hope on a 10-foot flat surface it's not going to fall off center too much. Let's go ahead and hit play on that. I'm not an amazing putter in real life. And it looks like my club is coming, a little inside out, not a perfectly, straight putt. And once again, you do have to keep in mind, and I'll even blow this up for you guys and hit it a couple times for you. The camera is not dead center over the putter face. They're manipulating that angle and image because the unit is actually 3.5 feet in front, okay, coming down. So it looks flat on your screen, but they're actually, and since it is so square, if you notice on the image itself, I'll blow that up one more time, notice how this is so square. I believe what they're doing is transforming the image, all right, which would actually be bending it and making it look like it's over top. So just understand that image may have a little manipulation to it when you're looking at it. All right. The only way that you could actually get a true view over top is to have something dead straight down. Okay. Or I would guess I would say from the side possibly. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert in those camera angles, but I do want you guys to at least understand that 3.5 feet in front. Okay. So I have to be honest. This putting seems to be really good. I mean, I compared the QED camera putting, which is 3.5 feet behind, and then now this 3.5 feet in front, and the QED performed really well. And let me go ahead and take this down. Forgot I left this up here. I'll shrink it back down. There we go. Perfect. I've compared the QED and now this unit, both being ceiling mounted high-speed camera units, and I was very impressed with the QED putting. I really liked the playback feature, and now using the EYEXO with the most recent updates and being able to see this, I know that from early testing that I've done, it performs at least as good as the QED from what I can tell. Could it be better? I don't know. I mean, I don't do a lot of exact benchmarking here in the GSV studio. I like giving demonstrations, and you guys get to see as much as possible, and that way you can get a full understanding and feel for how it performs, okay? So, but early testing shows that it's working quite well. I'll definitely do more on different software, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you haven't already. You know, give me some comments, let me know what you think, let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to get to it. I have a lot going on right now with additional hardware and software that I'm using here in the studio, so I always balance and get through as much as I possibly can, but I know a lot of people have been asking about EYEXO putting, so I wanted to knock this out for you guys really quick so you can see some initial results, and you can also see the updated camera inside of the View software. All right, so as always, I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned, there's a lot more coming, and we'll talk to you soon.